How can my batman who cleans my house go to school and pay fees or pay as well as myself, the chief of defense staff or security advisor? The system we had was that the fee for ordinary people, fishermen, farmers, poor people. But how could I become serious? If a fisherman today, I'll tell you, whatever or Zeba, you will not even become anything in Ghana unless somebody push. So the whole idea was help children of poor people to come up. And it wasn't meant for rich people. How can a Bediako grandson or granddaughter get free education? It's just rubbish. It's nonsensical. It's for people at Deshi, at Nunoo Mensah Avraham, you know, I could hear the wave when I hit the ground. I was sitting at the beach. Yes, I became chief of defense staff. My mother was selling plantain. There was no way she could pay my school fees. There was no way my father could. The state comes in there and help you to become somebody. But not the children of ministers who are driving land cruisers. Not the president who is driving. It doesn't make sense. It is stupid. So let's make policies which make sense. I went to Britain and get a free with my son. He's here right now. He's a medical surgeon in Britain. What do you bet? I didn't pay one peso. They were what you call means testing. I feel a big form. So I have children and other people dependent upon me, so I couldn't pay. The state then paid my son to become a surgeon as I speak to you now. That is how you manage a nation. But today, you know, you go to school, fee free. And as I'm saying, I was saying a moment ago, my partner who sweeps my room, if his child went to school, it's free. I can defend that. But how can I not pay my children's school fees? I cannot afford pay. Why should the state pay for me? So that we are not able to. The school education system now, look, they are hungry. They're not even Gary, they can't get Gary fees. Say I'm lying and I can't afford pay. I bet already, I go there, they are hungry. So don't do things which doesn't make sense. We don't use our heads properly. I'm sorry. And you young people, you are better educated. I never went to school. I went to grad school at the age of 20. And by the age of 3 years, I had completed my education into the army. Fast track. Went to the army with the fighting prince and Atimota. And go and see my record in Ghana and in Britain. The greatest army school in the world, Sandhurst. So I was a fisherman. And I was selling bank in the market. Let's treat Ghana that ordinary people can rise. Because the way it is now, they will never rise. We are stepping on their neck. They can't rise. And that's not free. Again, when people retire, the car that, you know, that official car, then the car for the ministers, I have one as a school advisor. When I retired, my daughter said, I wouldn't take the car. I said, yeah, sir, why would I not taking the car? Everybody's taking the car. And I said, I am not everybody. And you will go and tell the bloody car to the state. It's wrong. Let's have integrity. Let's have morality. It is wrong. Why should you come to the next chapter? You go to other language and then buy new one. How can you be rich? You'll be stupidly poor. That's what we are. You are poor with stupidity. If I live in Ghana, I'm alive, and I become somebody, I'll make sure that we do all these stupid things we stop doing that. Anybody on Labadi, you go to Labadi, see trade. So giving the land there, a huge land, built in 1966. The point of the throne, it came on the next year, 67. The government decides not to go ahead. The property belongs to Labadi people. Why are they taking them? And Ghanaian people. They are selling the new press out to mute, like dumb, deaf and dumb. And you go, they're open. Who is scaring you? Nobody can scare you. Think the truth. I've never been scared by anybody. But I always live by the truth. I will die by the truth. Why are you selling the land there? You go to Makola. Go to old Kingsway, driving down Cocoa Board to ETs. See the women on the street. That makes me sick. Mother never sold food stuff on the streets. Yet we don't care with our land users. We live around. And then we sell the assets and press again. Have you been bribed not to open your mouth? Who have bribed you? But I won't change your map, you can talk. I keep on saying, Kwame, 2 years I'll be 90. I don't know what I'll be around. Maybe I'll be gone. But I worry for you. I worry for you.
Thank you. The last question. Good morning. Good morning. Morning. We are yearning for the youth, and the same youth are still following NDC and PPWs. So, what is your position? So you are just crying for youth. All your message is youth empowerment, how you can burn all the youth, but the same people still vote campaign for NDC and NPP. Are they ready for you? Lastly, how do you see can we use common currency to trade? Because we are talking about $1 million and all that. Can we use a common currency if your policy comes? Is the issue of common currency. I know the city is weak. So how can you use common currency in order to trade around, trade and business?
Thank you. Thank you very much. No, I would answer this question first because it's two questions, right? So let's start with the youth. And this is a great moment to address this issue. The youth might be making a lot of noise and not be using their voice as much as they're supposed to. Don't think I don't know it. I do. Don't think I also don't know that they're splitted and they're over there and over there. Because I found the root. And the root is when they have the chance to have their democratic right and learn about democracy, they don't allow them. They let them go into university and that's where they buy them. That's when they make them the SRCs and start giving them money to campaign. And so we're cheating our children to become straight corrupt politicians, or it's either that or they're in the church praying and they're going to become some kind of pastor that will tell you what your future is going to be like, but they can't determine their own future. This is a country that we live in that I want to make it very clear that I don't need your consent to love you. I don't need your consent to stand for you. So I want to make it very clear to the youth that as much as I stand for them and I scream for them, it's not because I need your consent. It's because I'm thinking about the ones who are unborn yet to come. Because I know that if I don't fix this problem, and if I don't help fix it, it will become a generational problem. And it will keep going down and down and down and down and down. So I don't just think for the people of today, but I also think for the people for tomorrow. And that's why I stand for the youth. So that's what I mean by I stand for the youth. And I know most of them don't even have votes. Because when I started advocating for this continuation for voting, for vote registration, they all went quiet. I was expecting the youth of this country to get up and stand for their rights and ask questions to the EC. Why are you not allowing us to have the votes? Why are you giving us 20 days out of the whole year to practice democracy? But they can't. But it's not my problem, and I will not be responsible for someone being coward. But I'm a very courageous man, and I was born to be like that. And I'm sure that's the reason why God has chosen me to come and lead. Because if the youth had that courage, maybe they would have started this before me. But my neck is out, my face is out. I have started a movement, and I have opened a door that not only me will be like this as from now, from tomorrow, in the years coming, you're also going to see young people like me who will gather the courage and start to work like this. And it's because we need to start our leadership from a younger age. Don't expect people who have outlived their future to build your future. General is here. He's already accepted to you that I'm 88 years old. I want 10, 20 years for him, but he's only thinking that it's 2 years. So if someone is 75 years old, don't think that they can think to build your future for you for the next 50 years or 80 years. Leadership should start when we're young. When you look at Nkrumah, when he started this, he was in his 40s. All the people around him were 40s. They were energetic. They were aggressive. They were ready to work. They were ready to stand in the sun. And why are you just standing there and thinking that the old man who you are responsible to look after them, they looked after you before. It's your time to look after them. You are still thinking that they're going to build your future. I think people who are thinking this way are lazy people. They're not ready to get up. And a lot of Ghanaian youth are like that. I am addressing this issue now because they don't seem, they think all they have is a voice and I'm the youth and I'm the youth, my friend. Tomorrow will come, you will no more be the youth, you will be an old man. So if you're going to stand on your feet now and move and make sure that you contribute to the success of the development in this country, you better do it now to be with the history men for tomorrow. Now, the second one is about the currency, right? Why do we have a currency that would base the currency on someone else's currency? Our currency is valued and pegged by the US dollar. But here is the expression in the mistake we're doing. They always say that to make or to create wealth or value, you need wisdom. And it's true. You need a lot of wisdom. You need a lot of knowledge. But to be wise, what does it take? You simply need to understand what it takes to be stupid so you don't repeat stupidity. And you're a wise person. Excuse my language. But coming to the fact of what we are doing with our currency, that we keep repeating that. Okay? The US dollar has pegged gold to the US dollar as their reserves. They come to buy the gold from you, give you the US dollar, and then you pledge your city to it. And you don't have anything to take the US dollar into your system constantly. Americans are not buying anything from us every day. We are buying things from them every day. So we're forced to change our city to their dollar and go and buy those things. They don't buy anything. The only thing they buy from us is the gold. And they don't buy it from the citizens. They buy it directly from the government. So why haven't we hedged our city to our gold? I want to tell you that one of our main policies of the freedom economy, the economic freedom that we're bringing is this: hedging the gold to the city. This would make Ghana become the #1 country that can control a continental currency. Because we use that to build. I know some of you heard of the Freedom Coin. Yes, it was very scary. If the government had to let me in, I'll probably become the next trillionaire and I'll borrow money to everyone in Africa. Because you just have to create reserves. And you have the reserves. We have attributable reserves in this country. Trillions of gold. Trillions. We have been so lazy, just like how we're voting, just like how we're standing up for our rights. And the gold is there. We haven't even bought the right plants to do hard rock mining, this, that, just galamsey. We're just, creeping around the sun and taking small gold from gravels. When you have the rock there, and even the government's investment should be in the rock. Why should we have the likes of Ashanti Goldfield when it's not Ashanti? The company is somewhere from South Africa. Why should we have all these companies from Belgium and from Australia in our country? And they're taking our gold to go and create reserves, and they borrow money just by showing the gold they've taken from us and come back and re-borrow it to us. They take all our concessions. Come on. It's the thinking process. It's dead. It's dead. And we cannot be sitting here and thinking that somebody will come from outside and build our nation for us and make our currency stronger. We are going to make our currency stronger. If we have all of these platforms, which is industrial, we will. Our vision for Ghana. Our vision for Ghana is ambitious and transformative. We envision a nation where every region pulses with industrial vitality, each a beacon of innovation and economic prosperity. The regional industrial revolution is at the heart of our agenda. By transforming all 16 regions into a vibrant industrial hub, we will unlock Ghana's vast mineral and human potential wealth. The transformation will create millions of jobs, reduce poverty, and spread prosperity for beyond Accra and further. We are building a future where every Ghanaian can dream big and achieve greatness. Thank you very much. Thank you. And I'm open now for questions, but before that, I'd like to say something, and it's very personal to me. I used to feel like I was very lonely because they told me it's lonely at the top. And when I was there, I could still hear noises, voices in my head and from the streets. Then I took a decision sometime last year. I prepared myself to embark on this journey. And I went blind in my dream. But I woke up again with my sight. I only found my way out of that door in my dream because there was an eye in my head that opened. So I want to assure Ghanaians that I'm not just someone that wants to be a leader. I believe I'm chosen. I believe I'm anointed and appointed for this very moment. I know there are doubts, but that's fair, that's fine, that's human. This is the time that we don't have to depend on choices anymore. This is the time that we rely on decisions. A decision that we take today that will shape our lives 5 years from now and build the future of our children. I am here to go through this journey with you. And together, let's build it together. Let's build a better nation, a better country, a new set of generational leaders that will thrive on our ideas and vision today. And in 30 years, I believe that we will turn Ghana to be the hub of Africa. We would build Ghana as Texas of America and be industrialists, be able to supply the rest of Africa, build the best relationship with other countries, and unify Africa, unify our governmental systems so we can have a developmental agenda that will be continued by our children. Thank you very much. Thank you. I sit here for questions? Good. I come back to the same fight that I've been fighting. I am calling for a continuous vote registration for this country. And we should take this very serious. Picture a young man who is 18 years old, starting university today, but don't get the chance to learn about democracy. They're not educated. They actually go to university before they are either hired by a politician, or built by a politician, and by the time they're 22, that's when they get their first right to vote. And it will take them to be 25 before they get their first job. When you look at the Western world, there are people who are 14 years old and 15 years old, and they already have working experience. By the time they're 16, they start to educate them about human rights, democratic rights. If we don't train, build, and develop our children with this education, then what will happen is that they will be exported from this country. And as you already seen, we have a lot of people graduating from universities. We have over 50 universities in this country, private and government. However, when people are 22, 23, they are all going out of this country. And you can witness the numbers. This year, we've had over 700,000 youth traveling, leaving this country. Why? Because there's no hope, there's no future, and there are no jobs. Now, I'd like to explain to Ghanaians what this is. It's called exporting skills and talent. When you let people export your talent from your country and your skills, you are losing to the other part of the world. So, at this very moment, I want Ghanaians to picture the Ghana we're living in. There are a lot of foreign entities in this country who are extracting our minerals. they take it out there and turn it to product and bring it back to sell it to us. In fact, we go and bring our minerals back into product and sell it. They say a curious cow that crosses the sea comes back as a corned beef. So we are buying corned beef when we are the shepherds. And the sad story is that the sheep has spent all his life running away from the wolf, only to be killed by the shepherd in the end. So I must say that is our leadership that is pulling us into this crisis. And we need to change it. We need to be the deciders. We need to be the ones that are empowering leadership in this country. See, I don't want to become a president because I'm intelligent or smart. I want to become a president because you made me become a president. I want my power to come from you. I want you to empower me. And when I'm on the seat, I need to remember that it's because of you. It's because of your tongue. It's because of you believe in me. That's why I'm sitting on the chair, and therefore I have to serve you. I think the new Ghana, we are supposed to start a new nation by putting our citizens first. And on this note, I think that a lot of people have doubts about my capacity and my ability. But one thing I can assure you is that I will not allow my capacity to undermine my ability. Neither would I let my ability undermine my capacity. I am here because I want you to understand this. I know certain things that I know that it will help our generation. And I've been talking about industrialization. I know people want me to break it down, but it's also what is going to bring us our economic freedom. We need to take this very serious, that governance is going to determine our future. If we have a bad national governance, our hopes will be cancelled. Our future will be blurry. And we wouldn't know what we're doing if we are educating our children without educating them about our minerals and our resources, without adding value to humanity, to see what taxpayers' money can be invested in and how it can help develop the country and assist the able and the unable people, disabled people as well. And on this reason, I would still like to urge Ghanaians and the young people that we should stand together and ask the EC to open the gates for continuous registration. The future of this youth is very, very, very important. Democracy thrives when every eligible citizen has the opportunity to vote. I like to repeat this. Democracy thrives when every eligible citizen has the opportunity to vote. This is why I'm calling for a continuous vote registration. This is the time this change is coming. But of course, I know hands down, if these doors are open also, I would dip into this polls. Because I definitely believe in the youth out there, and they also believe in the mindset that I have. And for that reason, well, I wouldn't say that we're being restricted, but we believe that there will be a great change if these polls and doors are open for continuous registration. Not to say that they haven't also given us some continuous registration, but it was 3 days. And after that, I think they're saying they're going to give us another 3 days from the 1st to August. After advocating for the last time, it went from 27th to 30th. I want to tell EC that we appreciate that support. But please consider the youth. Consider 5,000 children, 10,000, 100,000, a million children in this country who are going to turn 18 from June to November, that we are resisting them, disenfranchising them from their democratic rights. what are these million people going to become? Are they also going to run away? Are they going to be exported out of the country, as we have made all the Western world exported the best of our talents to fix the same minerals they've extracted from us so we can go and buy it back? I came here to stop this. I think it's the best way for us to go forward. Is to manufacture our own, is to industrialize our own. I intend to make Ghana becoming the next biggest exportation power, the exporting hub of Africa. Now picture just Takrady or Western region having to sell cocoa butter, shampoo, everything that you buy from goods outside, everything that you're buying from jewelry, everything that you're buying from oil, petrol, fuel. Picture us distributing to all African countries. And picture Ghana having a development, the biggest park in this country that attracts all Africans to come here for tourism. Picture us making Ghana the center of attraction and also the best corner for transit, like Dubai is doing. Dubai is the corner of the earth, but they made it the middle of the world, and everybody is going through that. And therefore, their investment, their development is growing rapidly. I have this vision for Ghana through industrialization. But first, I'm urging the nation to stand up, and let's stand up for our right. Let's support the vision of making sure we fight for this youth, we fight for the people of Ghana, so they can educate democracy properly with these people and let them know their rights, and we go ahead and have a transparent voting system without corruption. See, a power that is won with rights would be a leader that would lead with a great vision. But a power that is undermined by political principles would be a program that would disappoint a nation. We don't want to be disappointed nations anymore. We want to grow. We want to be developed. We want our children to have a future. And we don't want them to run away anymore. We want them to stay with us. We want our country developed so other people will move into our country. Because if your country is not developed, then people would come and take what they think is best for themselves and leave the country. But once it's developed and it's a good place to raise their children, to have a great job, and to live here, everybody is welcome. We need a system that allows citizens to register to vote anytime, ensuring that no one disenfranchised due to the arbitrary deadlines. Continuous voter registration will empower more Ghanaians to participate in the electoral process, especially the youth and those in remote areas. By making voter registration an ongoing process, we can strengthen our democracy and ensure our elections truly reflect with the will of the people. Thank you. And the will of the people should be equally important to us as the demand and supply of this nation. First, let's put them in a good position. Now that I've been able to address the continuous registration and provisional certificates and my intentions of going forward, I know some of you would like to ask me a question, that if I have the guts. Someone's phone is calling. But, I know some of you would want to ask me some questions about the new force. The new force have a new billboard out and a new campaign, and I'm sure you've all seen it. The Big Six. I know there's been a lot of talk and rumors circulating the new six. I'm also here to answer the question about the new six. Talk about the concept and the idea behind the new six. The generation, a new generation of young and insightful leaders with vast knowledge about sectors of the economy. Mentioned that in due time, their mask will come off one by one. The unveiling process of the series of the mask. So today, I like to say this is a pre-launch of the other mask that is yet to be unveiled.